Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Sunday. Wanted to update you guys super quick. Overall, Nasdaq market is up 0.34% during the aftermarket trading session. For those that are not aware, you guys could always Google search Nasdaq futures or S&P 500 futures, depending on what it is that you're focusing on. I focus on Nasdaq ETFs. So seeing that the Nasdaq market is opening up in the green, especially after what happened last week. There was a lot of negative sentiment due to the overall expectation that Jerome Powell was going to be speaking, and that the idea was that the market was going to actually sell off. Although we did sell off a little bit on Thursday during the pre-market session because nothing worse was said during his speech, the market began to rally, and that carried over into Friday as well with an amazing performing day for QQQ and the Nasdaq market at 2.19%. But TQQQ, which is the triple leverage ETF, 6.34%. So it looks like as of right now, the Nasdaq futures are in the green, which means that bullish momentum is carrying forward. And here's what I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of. When it comes down to QQQ, again, I like to perform my technical analysis on this ETF itself as it follows the Nasdaq markets, exactly. We can see that we are now trading above the EMA line, which is a great sign. The RSI and the MACD, we need to note that it is a little bit more on the overbought side. We are working towards approaching this moving average, which is right around 310 a share, which is again going to be the next milestone for a resistance level. Once we surpass that, if we were to surpass that, then again, that's something that we really haven't done with the overall Nasdaq market since dating back to the overall March sell-off or the early sell-off that we had earlier this year. So as of right now, I would say that we're at a critical point where we're above EMA, but we're still below the moving average. And with this up-and-coming CPI data report, that is going to be September 13th. So please do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and write that date down because that is when that CPI data report, which is the inflation report, which will disclose if inflation for a second month in a row has actually dropped. And if we see that, then the market most likely will react in a positive way. But hear this, if the CPI data report comes out and it comes in higher than expected with either core CPI or overall CPI, that means that inflation has not peaked and that the Federal Reserve will have to be more aggressive in the way that they raise interest rates. And again, anytime that the Feds raise interest rates, the market drops. So you need to understand that. Again, that is going to be September 13th, if I'm not mistaken. That is going to be, I believe, what is that? Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So I'm really looking forward to it. Just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware where NASDAQ currently sits at. If we look at this on the day chart, we can see that we are approaching this moving average, this EMA line, my apologies, on QQQ, which again is a step in the right direction. We have traded above the moving average before we got rejected by that, by the overall moving average. We've been trading above the EMA, and then we got rejected by the moving average. We pulled on back, and you guys could see that on the day chart, we look a little bit more on the oversold side. So I've had a lot of people over the weekend ask me the question of, because of last week's rally, do I think that the Nasdaq market is now overbought? No, I still think that the Nasdaq market, big picture, especially for our long-term investors, is very oversold based off of previous highs. But my biggest concern is not so much about the Nasdaq market and where it's at, but it's the up-and-coming Fed meetings, the interest rate hikes, and these up-and-coming CPI data reports. So you need to understand that we need to almost take it week by week with all these different reports coming out and how they can influence the overall market. With that being said, I still think that right now is one of the best times to prepare for a market to recover. It's kind of like preparing for the market to drop. You don't want to ever plan to cut losses or to reduce your position size when the stock is actually selling off. You want to prepare in advance, and this should be no different. If you are trying to make money when the market recovers, don't try to formulate that plan when the market's already recovering, but when it, ahead of time, just to make sure that you have that plan of action in place. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. Just wanted to keep you guys up to date with QQQ and where it's currently at, especially during these aftermarket or after-hour sessions. And again, you guys could always Google search NASDAQ futures or S&P 500 futures if you ever want to, be able to do this due diligence yourself. For all those that are not yet part of our Learn Plan Profit team, we are running one of our largest sales this weekend, and it's $100 off, and it's that second link down below. Friendly reminder, I do not not offer any signals. I do not offer anything other than my Learn Plan Profit group. So if you want to work with me on a closer basis, if you want access to our A to Z video lesson library, our daily live trading session, our private group chat, and access to the HQ, then again, this is all available within Learn Plan Profit 2.0. Right now, it's $100 off. Second link down below, one-time payment, lifetime access, and again, right now it's $100 off. We also just announced the giveaway winner for the iMac for TechBuds Apparel, so make sure you head on over to Instagram, that's the third link down below, and see if you won our new iMac. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, I hope that you know that you can always direct message me via Discord. That's that first link down below. And if you're going to be asking what trading platform I'm using the Webull trading platform, which is the fifth link in the description. I really do appreciate you guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing Sunday. And for our Learn Plan Profit team, make sure that you set your alarms for market open, because it should be an interesting live trading session tomorrow, right when the market opens. Hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.